Hello, this is AINtv and I'm David Lombardo. We're here in the heritage area of HAI Heli-Expo 2014 in Anaheim, California. Arguably one of the most challenging helicopter operations is landing on an offshore oil rig. We'll take a look at how Sikorsky is making that critical operation simpler and safer when we come back after this brief message. Seven years ago, Lafayette, Louisiana-based Petroleum Helicopter International asked Sikorsky to make the approach and landing to an oil rig simpler and safer. Working in partnership with PHI, Sikorsky developed an automated rig approach system.
This offshore approach in weather is hard. Make it easier. So we took what they're doing today, we automated it. We took steps out, we fine-tuned it, and what we have to now is a completely automated approach from cruise flight down to a missed approach point, which puts them at 30 knots at the right altitude, the right position every single time. It's a great safety enhancement. It's a 4-axis, hands-off coupled autopilot from cruise flight all the way down to a missed approach point. And even once I get to the missed approach point, I can hand steer the aircraft with our beeper controls to the platform itself, to about a point, about 2 rotor discs out. We still have to take our hands off, put our hands on the controls to do the landing. That makes sure pilots like me stay employed.
In addition to launch customer PHI, Sikorsky already has 3 other unnamed customers for its rig approach system. Orders continue to pile up here at Heli-Expo. Bell Helicopter announced it has signed a letter of intent with Abu Dhabi Aviation for 10 Bell 525 Relentless aircraft. They're slated to be used in the UAE to support offshore oil and gas, emergency medical support, VIP transportation, firefighting, and search and rescue. Milestone Aviation Group placed an order for 8 Sikorsky S-92s at the show. This recent purchase brings Milestone S-92 order book to 37 units valued at over $1.2 billion.
We're excited to be expanding our partnership with Sikorsky with this purchase of the S-92 aircraft. We have incredible demand from our customers, the operators, in oil and gas as well as search and rescue. And so we're just looking to match that demand by acquiring more aircraft so we have near-term delivery positions to meet their requirements.
Milestone currently has 73 Sikorskys in their fleet, including 45 S-92s and 28 S-76s. The current orders are scheduled to be delivered over the next 5 years, with 15 scheduled for delivery during 2014 and 15. Milestone reports more than half are already on lease or under letter of intent. While business is good at this year's show, industry marketing consultant Brian Foley points out there are 2 sides to every coin.
Walking around on the floor today, there is definitely an upbeat mood going on down there. I mean, there's certain segments of the civil side that we're doing really well now. For example, the oil and gas ships, those are the most expensive ones, are selling now and really have a good impact on the industry and helping it out. Corporate buying is coming back too, and that tends to have the higher margins for the manufacturers down there, and that's starting to come to life too. There's some others that are a little more flatline, they haven't really spiked as much, but it's in general from the civil side some nice going right now. One has to remember though that the rotorcraft market really has 2 sides to it. There's the civil side, which is represented at HAI, but there's also the defense side, and that's something that's not so represented at the show. And we can see from the news that military budgets are being cut around the world. Even the own U.S. Army, who's a giant user, if not the biggest user of rotorcraft, is cutting manpower to levels not seen since before World War II. So these are the kind of things that kind of hang on one side, and we'll have to see where that nets out. But fortunately, the industry does have 2 sides to it, civil and military, and generally when one's doing well, the other isn't doing so well, and vice versa. It was just a couple short years ago when civil wasn't doing too well, but fortunately strong military contracts kept the sales order pipeline going. So for now, we're standing by, hoping the civil side will keep on going, but it's still a little bit of a question mark on where the military will net out in the future.
Those of us at AINtv and our sister publication, HAI Convention News, would like to thank you for letting us be your source for news at this year's Heli-Expo. Throughout the year, stay updated on the issues that concern your world by regularly visiting AINonline.com and subscribing to our monthly publication, Aviation International News. Many of us in aviation have our roots in the military, and none more so than the helicopter industry. We'd like to end this year's Heli-Expo coverage with this tribute to those past and present military personnel. For AINtv, I'm David Lombardo.